All right, everyone's settled? All right, everyone's settled? Good. Today, we're diving into something that feels less like a new book and more like a system upgrade.
Oh, I love that. A patch for the bugs in our biological programming.
Or a complete factory reset. Honestly, after the week I've had with my skin literally peeling off, a reset sounds pretty divine.
If you're looking for a way to escape your own biology, Paco, use talking to the wrong people. We're here to unpack Come As You Are by Emily Nagoski.
Exactly. And the angle we're taking today is exactly what it says on the tin, the software update for the female libido. We're looking at how the wrong story has been written about women's bodies and how we can debug the social and psychological layers that keep the hardware from running smoothly.
And I am so ready for this. I mean, looking at the index here, there's so much heavy lifting. Stress, trauma, shame, but also things like turning off the offs.
That's a great place to start. I was looking through the references earlier, and Nagoski points to this massive concept, the dual control model.
To what? Sounds like a security system for a museum?
In a way it is. She talks about a sexual accelerator and a sexual brake. It's not just about turning on the excitement, it's about the brakes.
Right. It's the idea that we focus so much on the ons, the stimuli, the romance, the accelerator, that we completely ignore the offs, all the things that trigger the brakes.
Like stress. Or, being hyper aware of how much you're sweating or if your lighting is bad.
Exactly, Jane. Look, the index mentions body self-criticism right alongside the sexual brake. It's all connected. If the software is running a program called Am I Doing This Right or Do I Look Weird? That's a massive brake. It's overriding the accelerator.
So, it's not that the car doesn't have an engine, it's just that you're riding with the emergency brake pulled all the way up?
Precisely.
And that's such a massive shift in perspective. Because for so long, the wrong story, as she calls it, has been that if women don't respond, they're just broken. Like the hardware is defective.
Which is such a lie. The book actually argues that many of these dysfunctions are actually just a healthy mechanism responding to an inappropriate or broken world.
Yeah, that's a huge claim. It's not I can't get aroused because my body is broken, it's my sexual brake is working perfectly to protect me from a stressful, judgmental environment.
Wait till the dysfunction is actually the system working correctly?
Exactly. It's a feature, not a bug.
That is such a reframe. We spend so much time trying to fix ourselves. But what if the goal isn't to fix the engine, but to just stop hitting the brakes?
It's about turning off the offs.
It's about changing the context.
Man, if I could apply that to my current skin situation, I'd be a much happier man.
Focus, Paco. We're talking about neurobiology, not your shedding epidermis.
Okay, so we've established the software update vibe. Now, I've been looking at the actual roadmap of the book, The Table of Contents, and it's incredibly structured. It's a systematic deconstruction.
It really is. And I love the very first thing you see in the introduction. The title of that first section, Yes, You Are Normal.
A bit blunt, isn't it? Like a doctor walking into the room and just shouting, "You's not dying."
But that's exactly the point, Jane. The very first claim she's making is a direct rebuttal to that broken narrative we were just talking about. She starts with the true story of sex. She's not even starting with anatomy, she's starting with the narrative.
I mean, look at chapter 1. Anatomy, no two alike. It sounds like a catalog for a very specific type of boutique.
But look at the subheaders, Paco. The clit, the whole clit, and nothing but the clit. She's clearly not interested in the polite, sanitized version of science. She's getting into the sticky bits and hymen truths.
And intersex parts. I appreciate that she isn't just ignoring the complexity to make a standard model. She's actually expanding the map.
Right, and that ties back to what we said earlier about the wrong story. The wrong story relies on a new edited version of what a body should look and act like. But look at how she transitions from anatomy into the dual control model in chapter 2. She moves from the hardware, the lips, both great and small, to the actual processing unit.
And then it gets psychological. Chapter 3, context and the one ring in your emotional brain.
That is such a dramatic way to put it, but it makes sense, doesn't it? The emotional brain is the central authority.
It is, and she uses as wild examples sex, rats, and rock and roll. She's looking at how sensation only matters when the context is right.
Which brings us to the heavy stuff. Chapter 4, Emotional Context, Sex in a Monkey Brain. This is where the software update gets intense. She's talking about the stress response cycle, fight, flight, freeze.
Yeah, and how that broken culture leads to broken stress response cycles. That's a heavy hitter.
It's exactly what we were discussing about the brakes. If your brain is stuck in a freeze or fight mode because of external stress, you can't just turn on the accelerator. The system is literally too busy trying to survive to care about pleasure.
And it gets even deeper. She starts linking attachment styles to sexual response. Managing attachment, your feels as a sleepy hedgehog. I don't even know if I should laugh or cry at that one.
It's adorable, but also terrifyingly accurate. If your attachment is unstable, your software is constantly running background checks on your safety.
So, if we're looking at the update as a way to debug this, we have to look at Chapter 5, Cultural Context. She talks about when somebody yucks your yum.
Oh, I felt that in my soul. Criticizing yourself equals stress equals reduced sexual pleasure. It's a direct loop. You judge your body, you trigger the brake, you kill the pleasure. It's a closed circuit of self-sabotage.
But look at her solution in that same chapter, maximizing yum with science. Instead of just be happy, she gives us media nutrition and self-compassion. She's giving us actual tools to patch the code.
It's almost like she's saying, stop trying to change the hardware and start cleaning up the environment the hardware lives in.
Exactly. Which leads us into the action parts of the book, the stuff that actually happens in the bedroom or the lack thereof.
Like Chapter 6, Lubrication is not causation. Now that is a provocative claim.
It's a huge one. She's challenging the idea that if there's physical lubrication, there must be desire. She's calling out lubrication error number 1, number 2, and number 3. She's literally debugging the most common misconceptions in the field.
It's like she's saying just because the headlights are on doesn't mean the car is actually moving toward the destination.
Spoken like a man who's spent too much time looking at car manuals.
But it's true. She's separating the physical response from the subjective experience. She calls it arousal nonconcordance.
And that leads to the desire chapter, spontaneous, responsive, and magnificent. She's validating that you don't need to feel that sudden lightning bolt desire every time. Responsive desire is just as valid.
So, the software doesn't need to be on all the time. It just needs to be able to respond when the right inputs arrive.
Precisely. And we end the book with Chapter 9, Love What's True. The goal is non-judging rather than just confidence.
Mourning the shoulds. That's the part that hits me. We have to grieve the version of ourselves we thought we should be to actually inhabit the version of ourselves that is.
It's a heavy roadmap. But looking at it all together, it's not about fixing a defect, it's about reclaiming the truth of the system.
You know, looking back at where we started this episode, we'd gone from dissecting anatomy and debugging the physical hardware to navigating the complex, often turbulent waters of emotional context and cultural yucking.
It really has been a journey of reclamation. We started with the what and ended with the how to actually inhabit our own skin without that constant nagging threat detection running in the background.
And we did it without anyone actually having to perform a factory reset. Though after seeing the stress response chapter, I might still need a little downtime and a lot of snacks.
If only it were that easy, Paco. But the point remains, the book doesn't ask us to become different people. It just asks us to stop fighting the reality of who we already are. There's a certain dignity in that.
There is. We closed the book on Come As You Are, but the software update is ongoing. It's a process of unlearning the shoulds and finally, as Nagoski says, loving what's true. Whether it's through a change in perspective, a moment of self-compassion, or just learning to turn off the brakes. The work is in the noticing.
I think I'm walking away with a much lighter load. Less fixing, more being.
And I'm walking away with a much better understanding of why my eye is still twitching. Probably just a minor glitch in the emotional brain.
Likely. Well, that's our time for today. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Go easy on your brakes this week.
And for heaven's sakes, stop judging the hardware.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.